promised to come back with part 2 of the lecture about generative AI tools and the way to use them for strategic thinking and for business advantage. Part 1 was everything to do with my philosophy and my strategic thinking and a methodology that I've created and exposed it to you on part 1. Don't worry, I will show it again on this part 2. So it's a 2-part lecture. This is the second one, and I want to continue to talk about how can we take the generative AI tools and the platforms and use them for thinking and imagining the way that the world of fashion would look like 5 years from now. I called it Trendspotting with generative AI tools. And in this part, I want to show you that what I try to do is to create a 360-degree view of everything to do with the world of fashion. So it would be very powerful and with a lot of layers and a lot of angles that you can think about the world of fashion. One of the things that I was thinking about that smells has a lot to do with the world of fashion. This is a digital lecture, so it's very hard to create smells, but still I tried to, and I think I succeeded to create the imagination of the smells. So as you can see, I created little bottles of all sorts of smells that are connected to the trends that we were talking about. And when you see those slides, you start to see the connections between the parts. It's really amazing. You can see this thread and connecting the dots between everything to do between the trends and the things that are connected to the world of fashion. So you can see personalized, nostalgic, exotic, gender neutral, natural and sustainable and wellness. All those things you saw also on the 10 trends that I showed you on part 1. One more thing that is very important when we are dealing with fashion, it's everything to do with music. Music affects the fashion and fashion affects the music. It's like a co-creation of the two combined, and I've called it the playlist. And you can see, like the slide with the smells, that I try to create this imaginary slide where we can feel the music. We see global fusion music and eco-acoustic, all those things that, I got a lot of things from ChatGPT, but then I tried to curate the most important things that can create this amazing storytelling about the future of fashion. But when we're talking about fashion, I think the most important thing is colors. Colors affect a lot everything to do with what we are wearing and this environment of fashion altogether. And I tried to investigate together with the tools and try to reach to the main colors that will be very profound and very effective 5 years from now. And it's very interesting, on one side you have this illustration of the color and everything that can go together with the color concerning fashion. I put on the middle the Pantone that represent this specific slide. But on the left, you see that there is a debate between me and ChatGPT, trying to understand why we are using this specific color. And it's like an excuse or an explanation for using the color. So you see bold reds, that represent confidence, power, and passion. This is very important because we are in unstable years. We want this way of thinking that we are confident, that we have boots on the ground, legs on the ground, and we are feeling very secured. And red really represent this notion. We have here also ocean blue. This is the illustration of the things that we can think about when we are thinking about ocean blue and the specific Pantone. And it's everything to do with the world's collective effort to protect our water bodies. You see that there's like a thread, like I told you before, between thinking about environment and the fashion world. It's everything to do with the industry that we are trying to tackle with, but the ecosystem that is around it, and the way that we are thinking about it, and co-creating with this knowledge and notion. Also, another one very related to ocean blues, we have eco greens, colors that it's with a connection to the environment. You understand that sustainability and everything to do with thinking about the environment, circular fashion, those things are getting more and more important for consumers, and also for fashion designers and fashion brands and companies. I think one of the most important thing is that you can see here, it's like a concert of all sorts of moods and needs, and sometimes they are against each other. You have, for example, the red, but on the other hand, you have these colors that represent minimalism and conscious consumption. This is something that very important to see, that we will not be in an echo chamber. We will see a broad picture of all the colors that represent the future of fashion, and it means that they will be all sorts of things, sometimes even going against each other and creating different meanings. So by talking about that, this is the next color I want to talk about, vibrant yellows and orange. And these colors could also be something to do with the rising popularity of fitness and outdoor activities. We are in those years that we're talking about health and sport and activity, and those colors represent that specific theme. There's also pastel and purple and pinks. It's something to do with representing the need of calm and mindfulness in a very fast-paced world. Like I told you, you can see contrast between the colors, because we are all sorts of people, and we as human beings, we have different moods and different needs during the year, the month, and the week. So you see a palette of all sorts of colors that can represent our needs, and very specifically, you see that I'm talking a lot about it, also our moods, because our moods represent the story that puts us in motion and get us to do things and affects our behaviors. There's also metallics, because it's the influence of technology, and it's the futuristic themes, if you want. This is especially in accessories and party wear. You will see a lot of things like that looking years from now. And the last one is very interesting, because it's like a mix of It's like a celebration of creativity and the individual. You see all sorts of colors coming together and creating that mix. And this is something that we will see a lot of during years to come. I try to even go further and try to imagine the fabrics and the prints. I got a lot of results, and this is just some of them. And you can see the imagination that you can create with the machine. Also the thread between the colors that I was talking about before, connected to the fabric and prints that you see here. But the main dish, as we say, and the main thing that we should think about are the clothes. And mind you, it's very important to emphasize that I'm not a fashion designer. I don't know how to create clothes. This is all imagination with the machine. But I was very enthusiastic, and I thought, how can I create my fashion show, I called it. And before I start with my fashion show, I want to show you that we can create all sorts of imagination palette, I call them, with the word knowing. If you put on Midjourney the word knowing and you put other words with it, you get this palette of all sorts of things. It's like an assortment, and it's all curated and beautiful. I think it's beautiful. So I created knowing of sensory fashion, and this is what I got. Or knowing of color psychology, because psychology affects everything to do with fashion, and I was trying to inject the philosophy and the way I'm looking at this world more than just the clothes. Knowing of taste psychology, because food and fashion goes together as well. And of course, knowing of virtual fashion. This is really beautiful. You get a lot of things. I don't know if you can do something with it, but it's like cracking the imagination and cracking the, like we were talking on the first part, the creative ceiling, thinking about things that we can imagine with the machine. So from here we are going through my fashion show, and you can see that I've created the sensory fashion outfit and sustainable fashion outfit, virtual fashion outfit. And you remember the red, so I have a slide for that, and I did a little knowing for that. And you have color psychology outfit, 3D textile outfit. This is beautiful. You can get to see how can 3D printing will affect the fashion world. And tech-enabled personalized outfit. I even put here the prompt that I've used on Midjourney, and also I have to mention that it's a guy. We have only girls here, so we have to create some balance. So you see that this is a smart jacket that adjusts the temperature and based on your body needs. And it's everything to do with embedding technology inside the clothes, so it will react to the heat or the cold or the way that we are feeling, our moods. And this is amazing, the thing that we can imagine with the machine. We have virtual reality outfits, and also something very interesting, Trendspotting through data outfit. This is everything to do with collecting data on the past purchases and thinking about creating specific clothes to your needs based on the data that was collected about you. And really, you can dream on all sorts of things. I put here the prompt that I've used on the Midjourney to create this specific slide. From there, I was thinking about it that every time there's a fashion show, so also there's a fashion photo set, and we are taking a lot of photos, and I wanted to imagine the way it would look like. So I've created that, and this is just to show you that we can look at it from all sorts of angles, and we can create this amazing concert of colors and ways to look on the fashion that we are creating. And of course we have the stores, because we want to sell somewhere. So I try to imagine all sorts of stores. We have the sustainable store. I had a lot of experiments and tried a lot of things, and those are some of the results that I got. The high-tech boutique, you can see that there's a screen, and we can give our specific data, and we will get the results that is suited to us. Very similar to what I showed you before. I want to return here to thinking about Trendspotting through data outfit. So this store, sorry for going back and forward, but this store can represent exactly that. And everything to do with experiments and showrooms. Really, I had a lot of things, a lot of materials, and I've decided to show just that, just to show you the way that we can dream and imagine with the machine. Of course, today every designer and every brand has an e-commerce store. So I even tried to create a layout for the e-commerce store, and you have the interactive e-commerce site or the sustainable e-commerce site. It's very important to understand this is not the layout that we are going to use to create the e-commerce. It's only for a kickstart for our imagination and the things that we can get to illustrate the beginning and the starting point of thinking about the e-commerce site. And I did all sorts of experiments with that. So I have another interactive e-commerce site and another sustainable e-commerce site. There's a lot of glitches here with the text, and you don't have to think about it, and you don't have to think too much about how accurate it is, because it's not really important. It's only for the imagination and the creativity that we can do with the machine, and then from there you go to someone that will design the actual e-commerce store. I think maybe the most important thing is the consumer journey, and every time I illustrate the consumer journey all through those presentations, this is the knockout, the thing that people like the most, because it shows how the trends are integrating in the consumer journey and how they are becoming a part of the consumer journey. So I've tried to imagine a consumer journey with all those trends, or a lot of those trends. I've created Eva, and I want my third fashionista to present the consumer journey, and then I will show you.
Hi everyone, I'm glad I'm taking part in Zohar's presentation. My part of the story will be to show you how to imagine a future customer journey. Let's call our client Eva. We are about to see a future day in her life. I will illustrate for you in a colorful way all the trends we have talked about so far, and I will demonstrate how a day in the life of a consumer can look like. I have broken down our consumer journey into 8 parts so that you can understand how all these trends come to life and becomes real. I made sure every time to dress Eva in different clothes in order to make it super interesting for you. Let's get going. Hi.
So this is Eva, and I've created her like she said on Midjourney, and she starts her day by checking her personalized fashion app. Of course, the app is based on using AI and machine learning, and it suggests outfit based on her schedule. She goes to see what she has, and she's thinking about a mix of high quality clothes and second hand. And from there, she's wearing this red suit that we were talking about. From there, she goes and selects the smell that is connected to her choice. Like we said, this is thinking about integrating all those trends together. On her way to commute to work, she listens to a very popular music playlist, and she noticed the influence of this music on her own style and fashion trend. This is to show you the integration between the things. During her lunch break, she browsed her online fashion store on her phone. As the site offers a virtual try-on feature, this allows her to try the clothes and buy it and then go and pick it offline. After work, she visits a local boutique that sells items from local designers. She loves supporting local businesses. This is very important to show you that everything we were talking about is on this consumer journey, and it's integrated to everything she does. In the evening, she meets her friend for a dinner at a very trendy restaurant, and she wears digital accessories, and with her headset, AR glasses, she and her friends can show and can appreciate the digital accessories. Something to notice and think about on trends of the future. And at the end of the day, Eva reviews her fashion app. She's rating the outfit and the suggestion, and providing feedback. It's very important because there you have a feedback loop. It means that the next morning when she will wake up, because she rated the app and she told what's good and what's not good, she will get better suggestion, and it will be all the time better and suited to her and very personalized. So I want to end the lecture by returning to my thinking about using this world, this amazing world. I called it a new world of helpers and new employees who can help us. You can see this illustration of using the tools. If you will meet with me, so I will explain it in deeper view and try to give you more sense of how can you use practically those tools. This is me, and everything I do, all my services and my products. I give lectures on innovation, like you saw here. I create dedicated innovation workshops for medium and large organization. This is a practice that I'm an expert in, and I know how to do it very well. I create heat maps of market reviews for local startups and to locate startups and from Israel and from around the world, and also for technology solution. My main service is consulting on everything to do with innovation, and I integrated everything with generative AI tools because I think it's a superpower. I also create demo days for those organizations from the heat map that I talked about with different startups that can close the gap for a big organization and can create a situation where you accelerate the innovation. And like you saw in this presentation, I create in-depth reviews of different worlds and future vision with generative AI. I think it's amazing the things that you can do with. To sum up the things that we were talking about, I think that every time when we are looking at those tools and we are looking at this amazing world, we should think less about the tools and more about the skill set and the openness and inspiration to experiment. This is my main thinking about this world and the way that we can extract value from it for ourselves and also, of course, for our business. So this is me. For those who want to keep in touch, my phone and my email, I would be glad to talk and think how can we co-create together and think about amazing and interesting project. Reach out if you want, and goodbye for now.